It takes all of this to attempt to end one man's career. Before this concert, Kendrick already had some of the biggest names in the industry on his side. That's why Drake said it's a 20v1. But after this, it's now a 40v1. After this concert, I've been seeing so many people get on here talking about he just ended Drake's career. This was Drake's funeral. Drake is done. Look, I got a message to y'all Kendrick Glazers. I hate to rain on y'all parade, but he did not end Drake's career at all. This is just a moment. That's all it is. Drake has been way more dominant in the past, and he's going to be way more dominant in the future compared to Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar's monthly Spotify listeners soar following Drake beef. Kendrick Lamar creeps up on Drake's Spotify dominance as diss tracks continue to dominate the conversation. Kendrick Lamar has now entered the top 10 artists with the most monthly listeners on Spotify for the first time in his career. Kendrick is a clout chaser. No one was really talking about him like that. He disappears for years at a time. You got to put up missing posters for this guy. He's dropped one solo studio album in the past 7 years. Then you come out of nowhere talking about F the big three, it's just big me. Like, yo, where did you come from? Where have you been? Talking about it's just big me. Relax. You have never went on a run like Drake. That's impossible. You disappear too much. He did the same thing with the Control verse. He knew that he wasn't going to drop for some years. So what does he say to himself? Let me just randomly get on a song and mention as many people as possible. Yeah, that'll get my name back buzzing again. Yeah, this should keep me relevant for some years until I drop my next album. This dude is so corny. He has 4 #1 hits. One was Humble by himself. One is with Taylor Swift, Bad Blood, and the other 2 are Like That and Not Like Us. Half of your #1 hits came from dissing Drake. Why didn't your Spotify numbers soar after that Mr. Morale and the Mid Steppers album? Why didn't you become a top 10 most streamed artist in the world on Spotify for the first time in your life after that Mid album that your fans waited forever for? It's because he's not that guy. It's just that simple. His fans have never went this hard for him, ever. Half of these people that supporting Kendrick right now aren't Kendrick fans. They're not. They're just Drake haters that are preying on his downfall. But the moment you start dissing Drake, your numbers go through the roof and you get 2 more #1 hits. That's pathetic. Drake had 2 #1 hits on his last album. Just last year, the very last album he dropped. 2 #1 hits. Didn't have to diss nobody or nothing because Drake is just that guy. And right now, as we speak, he still has more monthly listeners than Kendrick. I should at least see a sign that his career is about to end. I should see a huge decline in monthly listeners, but I don't. And it's not going to happen. So like I said, Kendrick needs pretty much the entire industry to attempt to take down one person. That's pathetic. One person. You know what they say? If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Drake is going to continue to have sold out shows, dominate the charts, and be one of the most streamed artists in the entire world. And when it happens, not if it happens, when it happens, I'm going to get back on here and say, I thought Kendrick ended Drake's career. Doesn't look like anything changed to me. His career looks just like it did before the beef even started. Drake is better than Kendrick. He's just better. Kendrick ain't nothing but a clout chasing clown.